You are all welcome to today's lecture. My name is Nachmera Moli. I'm a lecturer from National Church College Kavale, teaching education administration, and today we shall look at power and authority in education administration. What are our competencies? 1. A learner define power and authority. 2. Differentiate between power and authority. 3. Name and discuss various sources of power and authority. Now let us define the term power. What is power? Power is the ability to get others to do what one wants them to do in spite of resistance. For instance, if you are the head teacher of the school, make sure that you control your workers by either use of physical force, persuasion, and suggestion for the achievement of the objectives of the school. Now let us look at the sources of power. There are very many sources of power, but for our case we shall look at 5. 1. Rewarded power is the ability of the administrator to influence subordinates by rewarding their desirable behavior. The reward could be money, praises, favorable recommendation for a promotion. For example, at school, a head teacher can write a very good recommendation for a particular teacher who wants to be promoted to become the deputy head teacher. And when that teacher gets that position, he or she will always be grateful for the recommendation made by the head teacher. 2. Coercive power is the leader's ability to influence subordinates by punishing them for undesirable behavior, which may include suspension, dismissal, or taking someone to prison. For example, if you are a head teacher at school and you discover that you have some students who are always disobeying your orders, you have a right to recommend for a suspension or dismissal of such students from your school so that they can act as an example to the rest. 3. Legitimate power is the ability of the leader to influence the behavior of the subordinates because of his formal position, and the followers or subordinates are willing to obey simply because they know that it is your legitimate right to issue directives to them. 4. Referent power is the ability of the leader to influence behavior based on the subordinates' liking and identification with the administrator. Individuals with referent power are admired, respected, and serve as models to be emulated. 5. Expert power is the ability to influence subordinates' behavior based on specialized knowledge and skills. Head teachers with specialized knowledge, skills, and experience are always loved by the students and teachers. Now let us look at authority. What is authority? Authority is the right granted unto an administrator in a given position to give commands to those under his supervision with the expectation that they will willingly obey. For example, the head teacher is given authority to command and to enforce obedience among the staff and students. It is right to make decisions and coordinate the activities of students and staff towards the achievement of goals of the school. Now let us look at what is involved in the superordinate-subordinates relationship in a school situation. 1. A willingness of subordinates to comply with the legitimate orders, directives, or commands from those in authority, that is, head teachers, board of governors, or minister of education. Authority is delegated downwards in a school. For example, the Education Service Commission delegates authority to the head teacher to administer school. The Education Service Commission can withdraw the authority when it becomes necessary. 2. A suspension of the subordinate is criteria for making a decision prior to directives because of its legitimacy. The amount of authority one has depends on one's place in the hierarchy of the organization, which is channeled directly from the administration, meaning that line officials can issue direct commands to their subordinates. Line authority is not absolute. 3. A power relationship legitimized by the norms of a group that defines the exercise of social control as legitimate. Staff authority is mainly concerned with assisting as well as advising. It is used when line administrators cannot effectively perform. Staff authority aims at providing support assistance in order to perform successfully those activities which are directed and controlled by line organization. Now let us look at the basic 2 categories of staff positions that we have in our organizations. 1. Specialist staff, which include the advisors, technicians, controllers, and facilitators. 2. We have the personnel staff, usually serve in general non-supervisory administrative roles. Note: authority is derived from the position of the person the staff reports to. That is, he acts by and through the authority delegated to him by the supervisor. Now I'll leave a question behind. With the aid of advanced Zoom, form 10 groups, each containing 6 members, and discuss the following questions. 1. Define the word authority. 2. What do you understand by the term position of authority? 3. Differentiate between line authority and staff authority. Now let us look at the types of authority. There are very many types of authority, but for our case we shall look at 3. 1. Charismatic authority. This is based on the devotion of the subject to an extraordinary individual who is a leader by virtue of personal trust or exemplary qualities. For example, in a school situation, you'll find that the teachers and students, they obey the authority of the head teacher simply because of his or her overwhelming personal qualities. 2. Traditional authority derives its source from established beliefs in the holiness of the status of those exercising authority by traditional and inheritance. For example, in the school, students accept the authority of the head teacher and the teachers because those who came before them did so. 3. Legal authority is based on enacted laws which can be changed through legitimate procedures. For example, the authority of the head teacher is limited only to those schools he or she is appointed to head. I have provided 3 reference books that you can consult in the library and read more about power and authority. And again, do not forget to visit our Facebook page, Molly's Class Educational Administration, for further reading and even seeing the videos that I always post. Thank you very much for today. We meet tomorrow. Bye.